WIFTBPM.
Ladies Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like May said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, not that far.
All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply not to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me, know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to love. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
Touch it. Just wanna touch it. Yeah, man. Ideas, it's ideas, man. Ideas. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. And it's so clear to see that you wanna be free. You don't have to find me. I'm walking right behind you. And it's so clear to see that you wanna be free. Let's go. Standing my ground. I can't mess around. It's like my time is in
WIFTBPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots and that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. It is the Monday before Thanksgiving. This is the shortest week of the year, Joe. Hey, Joe, it's literally the shortest day of the shortest week of the year. Because, like, real talk, everybody is off at 9 o'clock tomorrow. I'm officially declaring 9 o'clock tomorrow the start. Not tomorrow. Excuse me. Wednesday. 9 o'clock Wednesday begins the holiday. And we're going to see y'all on Tuesday. 9 o'clock. That's right, 9 o'clock. Riis, you notice how it started after you go to work, though? You know, it started like, your holiday is really just like the regular old day. Because it's like, but actually, dog, you probably ain't, because you probably somewhere smoking turkeys. You probably somewhere barbecuing turkey legs. You probably doing I thought I smelt you when you walked in the door today. I thought you might have smelled like the smokehouse, but that's a whole nother issue. Yeah, I was like, is that jet fuel? Or is that DJ Riis the cooker? Riis the griller? Riis the bartender? That's entrepreneurialism. See, that's when you got to be all the joints. Like, and then, right? It's like, it's okay, though, because we're going to get to that in a minute. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm in a good space, right? Like, man, we got, like when somebody just give you content, Riis, I had a content giver yesterday. So I'm going to tell you, into I do Mela, everybody who was on that post yesterday, like, I really feel like somebody yesterday physically made the case as to why. Let me be honest. I was this close to tagging Mark Carter yesterday on Facebook, which, you know how when you get a "I told you so" moment? But I didn't want to have called Mark up so he could say "I told you so." Right? But you know how, like, I wanted to be like that. You know how I be like the Maestradamus? I'm at to call him the Mark Carter, the Markstradamus, Mark Adamus. Because he been telling me about these. Did anybody go on my Facebook page yesterday? On my personal page? Riis. Self-hate is so evident. You know what? Let me stop. Let me stop. It is Monday. It's the Monday before. Okay, am I allowed to say Thanksgiving? Should I just call it Native American Genocide Day?
I should just say Thanksgiving.
Riis, you ain't woke. What is wrong with you? Now, you know I run around here and say, you know, if we tell these, you know somebody's going to call up in here and curse us out about the Pilgrims. But you know the Pilgrims was some dirty mugs, though, Joe. They really was dirty. Because they was all going to die and the Indians saved them. I know it was one of them Indians out there talking about, we should not do not let these people come over here. And somebody's like, oh, they'll be okay. Seen any Indians lately?
You know it was. They like, listen, man. You know, the one person that was trying to, it's okay. That's right. Aren't our culture about love?
Like, they probably had the black people disease. Let everybody, we forgive them. Dog, they just killed you. It's okay. Anyway, look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler on the ones and twos. DJ Riis the Ruler. How you feeling today, man?
Blessed by the best. You already know the rest, man. I want to shout out, man. The DN showed up to my job,
See?
Man.
I told you.
He showed up.
See?
Showed up.
See, Riis? Membership has its privileges. See, sometimes y'all, I be like, there's residual benefits. Right? It's like you have residual benefits, family and friends. Look, and you see I'm driving the other car, right?
Yeah.
Man, Charlie, if I had told you what I went through this weekend, to have some transportation. Okay. Learned a very difficult lesson, by the way, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So the den showed up. Come on, dog. What happened? Tell me. Riis?
Oh, man, I had said the address came thing, next thing I know, everybody was coming up there looking for me.
Me.
Came out, took some pictures with a couple of people, like James.
Did you have your apron on?
Oh, yeah.
Did you have barbecue sauce on you?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
My apron.
Good.
Oh, yeah,
did you have it? You got to have it. Did you have the thing? You got to put on the hat and you got to come out with the cleaver, man. You got to do did you have a bell? Did you go, rib tips up, Dick?
No, but I took care of everybody, So
Riis, you can't be okay. What your brother say about that? Your brother probably like, hey man, what you mean took care of the people?
He appreciated it too, man. He was like, oh man, I appreciate you saying something on the show, and then like they was like coming out, so man, like he was thankful for us.
See, just think if he had an ad on the spot. Just think if he had an ad on the spot. That was just an ad lib. We just had an ad lib live rib tip session. I tell Big Bro we proud of y'all, man. Both fields. Y'all go check them out on 152nd and Cicero.
Corner can't miss it.
Look, both fields.
Dante came by the
man, you keep that's all right, Dante. It's okay. It's all right. Now, Dante came through. Man, I'm sure. I'm going to tell you what, you're probably going to get a steady flow. Next year, dog, you got to have turkeys. And you should think about what your Christmas menu is, right? Because you probably could make you another little quick revenue stream if you said place your order by this day, right? You tell people, get their joints here. You can have you a quick little extra Christmas money, right? Come pick your joint up Christmas Eve. Whoop! Have it all bagged up for you, out the door, put it in a box. Hey, man, I was watching, I hate turkey, though. I really do. Did y'all know they got a fake turkey leg hut in Chicago now? You know what the turkey leg hut is?
What is it?
You ain't never heard of turkey leg hut in Houston?
Yeah, I've been there.
So they done made a turkey leg supreme or something in Chicago on Uber Eats. I'm like, that, man, we cannot be knocking Houston because Houston stole that from us. Well, actually, the people from Houston. Remember, they told the people they didn't want them to be twerking in the line no more, and y'all got mad at them?
That's like an hour wait, so, you know.
So, dang, hour wait. What can I do with myself?
Party.
Twerk!
Party in line. Party in
Twerk!
line.
All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'll be your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. Riis, let's get the soul playing. Ruthie is not going to be in today. She on the vacay. So we'll get this thing up and away. Hey, don't drive too far away, though, man, because I got to be back by 9 o'clock. I got to drive by. I got to see who's filing today. Matter of fact, if you are a candidate and you are filing your petitions today and you want to give us a call, you are definitely welcome to give us a call down from the election spot, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Riis, I actually want somebody to go down there. If we got any political junkies, I bet Ricky is down there. Somebody who is down at the polling places, give us a call because we want reports. Today is filing day, y'all. Now, can I just tell you something, though? Can I just tell you how different this world is? Riis, do you understand if this was like 2003, everybody would be up at 4 o'clock in the morning? Last night, we would have been calling our campaign staff and saying, hey, man, you got to be down at the Board of Elections at 2 a.m. because we want to be first in line, but it'll be somebody there. Shout out to Cleopatra. What's Cleopatra last night? Hold on. Anyway, shout out to Cleopatra. She is the first one in line. Hold on, I think I wrote that name down. Her last name. Draper. That's it. Shout out to Cleopatra Draper. Shout out to Vitra's Boyce. Shout out to Willie Wilson. They all down there, but Cleopatra got down there. She got down there on Friday. She was like, I will be first to file. And she did get some media coverage. But man, Joe, times have changed. The mayor talking about she filed on the last day. You know why she filed on the last? Riis, you think the mayor got her signature?
For sure.
Hey, man, I'm telling you. She probably got them, but she don't want, you know, well, I'm going to tell you. Y'all want me to tell y'all the secrets of why everybody doing? I'm going to tell y'all about that at 7 o'clock. Because I'm going to talk about filing day and so much that comes with it. Riis. You saw the Bears game yesterday? Cooking?
Another great loss. Another one. It's a great one, man. Hey, so they're not going to win no more, you know. They are actually playing just good enough to, like, show improvement. Yeah, so they would, like, never win. Maybe, like, one more game, but they want a better draft pick. So to win would not be good. But they do look, like, really good. And Justin Fields looked like he's actually, like, developing to a great quarterback. So
man, you know what? It's so tough to listen. That's why I got to stop. Like, I was listening to the Bears radio yesterday. They some haters, Joe. They was like, I mean, it's like, man, bro, first we wasn't scoring nothing. Now we scoring. Like, dang, we got to have one of the most decent scoring offense, too. The run game is crazy, but I do think they are going to murder Justin Fields if they don't. Like, when you saw he's hurt in the fourth quarter, you still like, quarterback dive left? Save us, Justin. Save us. All right. Okay. So I don't know if y'all saw in the paper. They saying that the mayor is learning from Rahm Emanuel, and she has formed the 777 committee, which is an independent expenditure to support Mayor Lightfoot. And wealthy African-American donors have inserted cash there. Now, as an independent expenditure, they are not allowed to coordinate their efforts, even though they are supporting Mayor Lightfoot. Now, we'll talk about that a little bit later because what it does is gives them an opportunity to go around the fundraising caps. So we're going to be able to see who has an interest in supporting the mayor through that. Did you hear, Riis, that the city voting sites are only 10% accessible? 10%. Let me tell you what jumped out to me. when I was reading the article, they said temporary ramps and boards are used to cover up sidewalks, crack sidewalks and places to go. Now, I was thinking about how much of our voting population in the black community is seniors, elders. And I really feel like, y'all, there is like a systematic voter disenfranchisement program happening right now, and we are being diluted down. And the more that they can keep this system messed up, the more they can influence who's going to be the mayor. And I think we really need to be paying attention to it, so much so that we're going to talk about it for our social media question of the day. Riis, did you hear about the shooting at the University of Virginia, the football players? Yeah. That was tragic. Tragic. Then did you see about the shooting in Colorado Springs? 5 people were killed in Colorado Springs. 5 people were killed in Colorado Springs at an LGBTQ nightclub. I think 14 people were injured. They said that the crowd jumped the dude with the gun. But crazy, these shootings, man, my prayers go out to everybody, right? And then, okay, Shanquinella Robinson, have we talked about this? Okay, so they go on a trip, on a resort. There's a video of the friends beating the brakes off of her. Was one of them a man?
So it's only one friend whooping her, but I said the same thing. I think it was a man that was recording and was like, fight back.
Oh, it was a
right?
man recording.
Yeah, like saying fight back, like, yeah, just for fight back or something like that, right? That's what I thought. I'm just assuming it did sound like it was a man, but
that
but the fact they all returned home without her. And
talking about she had alcohol poisoning. That's what's that phony kicking it at the highest level? Like, hey man, shout out to Kyrie. He donated $65,000? I think it was $65,000 to her cause. Speaking of Kyrie, let me see if I can find it. Kyrie has returned to the game yesterday after issuing Riis, I don't know that he really, man, the wordplay is very good. Let me see if I can find it. But Kyrie is back. He issued a statement saying that he's not anti-Semitic, which he said he couldn't be anti-Semitic anyway. Let me see if I can read his apology. Because it was interesting. I want to know if you think he handled it properly. How did he do yesterday, Riis? Do you know how he did? In the game. Anyway, so here's what he said. I'm not anti-Semitic. I never have been. I don't have any hate in my heart for Jewish people or anyone that identifies as a Jew. I'm not anti-Jewish or any of that. He spoke through video conferencing, reflected on his absence from basketball. I'm no one's idol, but I am a human being that wants to make impact and change. In order to do that, I have to live responsibly and set a greater example for our youth, my generation, and the older generation. So I think I really just want to focus on the hurt that I caused or the impact that I made within the Jewish community. And then in the tweet, yep, that was his tweet. Oh, they got a full interview.
I don't have hate in my heart for the Jewish people or anyone that identifies as a Jew. I'm not anti-Jewish or any of that. And it's been difficult to sit at home with my family, with them seeing all of this and having questions. And, you know, the part that hasn't been hard is explaining myself because I know who I am and I know what I represent. But I think the difficult aspect is just processing all this, and understanding the power of my voice, the influence I have. I'm no one's idol, but I am a human being that wants to make impact and change. I'm sorry to not only the Jewish community, but to my family members and to my relatives, because they know I stand for something bigger, and I'm grateful now I get to explain myself.
They cut that apology that I read up real good. Hey Joe, he's still shout out to Kyrie. Is all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Kyrie. It's like they tried to put him in a box, bro. What you think, Riis? Did he do it properly? Did he get out of it? I mean, talk to me.
I mean, he said what he had to say. I mean, I don't think he ever said that he was anti-Semitic. So, but like you said, man, it is hard to be sitting at home with your family, seeing this and being questioned like this. So, I mean, he did what he had to do to get paid, man.
Hold on.
I ain't mad at him, though. I'm not mad at him at all.
I'm not mad at him either. I mean, I think he did I think that the media cut up the pieces that he wanted. I think he said, I know who I am. One more time. I am not anti-Semitic. I am not anti-Jewish. And did you hear how he did, or anybody who identifies as? Because I think he basically was saying, like Riis. Lord. Hey, Ricky Hendon. Shout out to Senator Hendon. He got past zoning. I'm trying to see what was the please tell me you ain't Rainforest Cafe, Senator Hendon. But I want to know how you did. You probably busy, though. Senator Hendon getting ready to go make him. Man, somebody give me some video of Senator Hendon and Jamal Green down there today. Shout out to Jamal Green, who is filing 30,000 signatures today. Willie Wilson sent me a text, said he filing 60,000 a day. We gonna see who filing today. The mayor ain't filing today, Riis, because she don't want nobody to have a chance to go through her. I keep telling you, I can't tell you the secrets. Okay. And then finally, Alderman Alston is set to step down March 1st because she is medically as she pursues her claim to be deemed medically unfit to stand federal trial. All right, Riis, those are the headlines. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hit the social media question of the day. Look, it's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be right back.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Hey, Chicagoland, all roads lead to Solo Beauty Supply, the largest black-owned beauty supply in Chicago. We carry a large selection of natural hair care products, plus much more. So come see us at one of our two locations, located at 9011 South Ashland or 8158 South Cottage Grove. Our inventory is growing, and with your support, Solo Beauty will continue to be a source of pride in our community.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:34 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Bears lose another close one, 24-27 to Atlanta Hawks. Let's head over to traffic on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop will be 33 minutes outbound. Will be 23 minutes outbound. Will be 17. On the Edens, inbound from Deerfield to the exchange and back will be 28 minutes, while the Eisenhower is 31 minutes, Thorndale to the loop, 29 minutes back out to Thorndale. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 38 minutes, outbound will be 30, while Bishop Ford is 32 minutes, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the loop, 13 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Drive, north and south, they are both 8 minutes, while today's weather is currently 33 and cloudy with a high of 44 and a low of 28. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Monday here on The Maze Jackson Show.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. And y'all know what time it is, right around 6:35. So I gotta say what's up to all the saints of WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, the saints of WBGX 1570 AM. Join us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8. That's right, 6:30 to 8. Did I get it right? 6:30 to 8 every day, Monday through Friday on WBGX. That's 1570 AM. Or you can also check us out on the TuneIn app. Now, if you over there in that church space, I always think of the TuneIn app, because when the conversation get hot, Sister Zakiya say, I had to come off my TuneIn app and let y'all know that. And so I always think of Sister Zakiya when I think of the TuneIn app. And then I always think about let me send a big shout out to Twitch. To the Twitchers out there, I see you growing out there. I see your whole your demonstration. Y'all over there. Now, I don't know if when I watch Twitch, man, I be worrying it might be like the white supremacists on Fortnite. Or what's that game y'all play where y'all kill people on?
Fortnite.
Nah, what's the kill game?
Call of Duty.
Right. I don't want no Call of Dutyers coming to Call of Duty me. But I'm going to tell you, Twitch, I see you growing. Man. Your boy, you know I'm going to say, analytics is a powerful thing. It's a powerful thing because when you look at your analytics, sometimes, okay, so, like right now, we have, shout out to Harold E.K. Williams. Harold is number 3 in line right now, one of our own guys. Harold, you're going to have to call us up a little bit later and let us know what's going on. Call us when it get cracking. Maybe we'll do that at 7 o'clock. We're going to open up the phone lines to the candidates that's down there. You can pass the phone. Harold, you could be our interviewer on the spot if you can move, because, you might not be able to move because, you got to hold your spot. Riis, you ever been in line at the grocery store, forget something, go get it, and then people be like, oh, no, dog, you got to get in the back. You ain't going to let the person, if you standing right there, you ain't going to say, man, you can get your spot back. I just put it on the belt and then just wait to make the whole thing wait. That's all. My bad.
That's what you got to do. You got
to
wait and put it on there. Damn.
Man, I'm going to tell you why I saw this white dude almost get beat up at Pete's the other day. He got out of line. And then he came back and stood right back. I mean, Riis, he just got out of line like, okay, so imagine I'm sitting right here. He got out of line about as far as it is from me to you. He could still see his spot. He tried to get back in front, and this black dude snapped. Who told you? You ain't asked me to hold your spot. You can't. But it was pretty presumptive of the white guy. But you know what I was going to tell you? I thought it was the ultimate of. I felt that the brother was institutionalized. and that standing in line thing was something way, way, way deeper for him than the white boy. But I was like, I would have had ass too. I would, because I was like, if he would have got in front of me, I would have been like, oh, you just going to get me? Anyway, what was I telling you about before I got to that? How did I get to this? I can't remember how I got to
talking about them standing in line down there at the...
Oh, they stand down the line down there, and they are filing today. Harold E.K. Williams down there. Everybody down there getting their thing going on. All right. Because it's filing day. All right. Let me think. Oh, I was telling you about Twitch. Let me also say what's up to Facebook. And then let me say what's up to YouTube. Now, you know there was an ensuing debate last week. Did y'all remember? Do we count YouTube as part of the den? YouTube, because YouTube, y'all done. Okay, so let me just say this to the original den on Facebook. Just for stats, for statistical purposes. The original den currently has approximately 65 live viewers. Okay, that's what Facebook's showing you. YouTube currently has 148 live viewers. So now my question is is YouTube part of the den? Because if YouTube decides they wanted to rename themselves, they'll be bigger than the den. Now, there are a lot of den members on YouTube. However, I do want to, okay, we should have a contest. And the den, the original den can determine, let me ask. Nah, because the original den be hating. They'll be like, no, if you do not, because YouTubers, see, the thing I think we got to have den days, because I do feel like there's a lot of lurkery in YouTube. It's a lot of lurkery. Lots of, I don't know no damn body in, I don't know no damn body in YouTube. I feel like YouTubers will walk up on me, I'll be like, hi. So anyway, I just want to know, is YouTube part of the den? What say you, Riis?
Somebody say how many stars YouTube sending you.
That's because they don't have an option. Hold on now. Now let's be, first of all, let me say thank you to every star that I get. Let me say thank you. I do want to make sure that you all understand that the stars are pennies. They're actually a tenth.
Daddy, other key. They said your daddy, other key.
It's actually, we actually get 9/10 of a penny from every star. So I'm 100% loving it all. But we are gonna have to do a fundraiser real soon. Okay, so somewhere I think I'm gonna have to launch a poll somewhere. Where can we put the poll? Where can we put the poll that we could get? All right, somewhere, some kind of way today, I'm gonna figure out how we're gonna do a poll, because I do want to know, does the den count? Does YouTube count as a den? Now I'm gonna tell you, I ain't got no choice, because real talk, YouTube, y'all be around here mollywopping people. Like, it don't even be. Remember, Riis used to be now it's just like YouTube. I feel like I might have to do some special Facebook programming just to get some. Man, if I was to look at my Facebook numbers, I would be depressed until I get to combine. Like, I'd be feeling like people be like, we finally got them. No, they just all went to YouTube. And the YouTube people be telling, hey, I come up in the Charlemagne the Goddess feed, like on my suggested clips. It's kind of crazy. And do y'all know on YouTube we're on their morning, like when they send out their morning blast of the shows to watch or the shows that are up, it's us. Now, it probably is because we damn near the first one to be up. So it ain't like they're like, we love you, Mace. However, as soon as Meredith get me my get me back in contact with dude, I'm about to have y'all about to be on YouTube power chatting and all. I got access to all that stuff now. You know, where you could be like highlight the comment and send money and ding ding zing. I'm gonna be doing all that stuff. All right. It's the Maze Jackson Show. YouTube. So have we determined if YouTube is part of the den? YouTube, y'all gotta pay a membership fee to be in the den. I'll collect the fees though. Okay. All right, y'all. Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Let me see who over there in that. I see Brother Edward done switched over. Thank you for all of the stars. Thank you. Let me see. Quincy over on YouTube. Audrey over on YouTube. Desiree over on YouTube. Jerome over on YouTube. Tiger is old faithful. Even though Tiger, I've been missing you, man. We ain't seen you in the universe. I know you ain't had no attitude. I know. Don't make me come over there, Tiger. Let me see. Kenny, you still over there. Sybil, you still over on Facebook. Let me see what's up. Devin be trying to sneak. When he hating, when he a Bears fan, he be on when he a fake Bears fan, he be on Facebook. When he hating and trolling, he on YouTube. Let me see who else we got out there. I see Diane Scott went on over to YouTube. I want to know who Sry Serrano is. See, this is my thing. I got to know what these names are. Twan is over on Facebook. What your name is? It's almost Christmas time, so get them Christmas gifts together. Y'all, what your name is done expanded the catalog, so I'm going to have to figure it out. I think I want me one of them drink things. Tamiko said they had to be vetted. See, black people always want initiation. They always want initiation, Reese. We got to have a dear handshake. Let me see. Who else? Look at face. Carrie said it's usually other people's staff who act like they don't watch. Oh, that's true. YouTube be the snitches. YouTubers are snitching. They be like, no. YouTube needs a new. Tanel be hating. Oh, Junior, hold on, Junior. You gonna give me? I'm gonna have to put you on. I'm gonna have to put you in the YouTube category till we get a. We gonna need some paperwork on you, Junior. Cause you in this you done ran up a 5-year tab with no identification. Reese, how you be at the party for 5 years since the beginning? Got his mask on. We ain't even have COVID.
He in too deep now.
Oh my goodness. Let me see who else. Sheila over on YouTube. Who? Let me see. Lori. Let me see. Go see, man. I got to figure this out. Like I'm gonna have to have I'm gonna have to do a reverse search. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Let me see. Did I see? What's up, Erica? Shout out to Erica. Erica, was it Erica's birthday this week? I think it was Sister Erica's birthday this week and Sister Erica's mom's birthday this week. So we know, I thought some prayers with you. And don't nobody care about no King Jaguars. Is that even still a school? Is King still a high school? Reese, you say no?
Are they? I ain't heard about them in a minute.
Dang, remember when King used to be King? Yeah. Where Tracy Dildy at, man? Marcus Liberty, remember they had a whip? Man, they used to be King and Simeon all the time. Okay, I'm through. YouTube is the best. I don't know, man. YouTubers don't never show up to nothing. The den be there. When we have our live broadcast, we gonna see, watch. When we do our, hey, Reese. Ooh, the live
sections.
Reese, the live broadcast. At Up City, and y'all ain't even gonna be ready. Y'all not even gonna be ready. I'm not gonna. Hey, I ran up on Danny Boy too. He said he was coming through the show. He gonna come through Obsidian. He got a new album out, man. But I was getting the egg rolls, Joe. You been to Danny Boy's joint yet? Oh, you can't. You got your own damn joint. My bad. Look, you like, how you gonna ask me, do I go to somebody's restaurant? I'm on my restaurant.
Nah, I'm gonna go check them out, though.
You know, Ogden and Western.
Egg rolls good.
Huh?
Egg
Man,
rolls.
he got these jerk chicken egg rolls. Fire. It's on the way home, too. I'm gonna tell you. When people check out the JDTC, whatever it is, they should stop by Danny Boy's because it's that I want to get the Tupac burger next. I just keep getting stuck on the chicken roll, the egg rolls. All right, let's get to the Reese. It's time. I'm ready. Go ahead, hit the button.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Are we watching the full-scale black voter disenfranchisement in Chicago right now? I know this is gonna sound really crazy, but when I was reading the story, okay, do you know what ADA compliant means?
No.
Okay, so ADA compliant means that it is accessible. It is accessible for people with disabilities. Okay? Now, disabilities can be anything from vision to inability to walk to not being able to hold it, so you got to go to the bathroom, etc. And Reese, every time I see one of these stories about the Chicago Board of Elections, it makes me think of Stacey Abrams in Georgia the first time she lost. And how much they talked about the Georgian state was doing everything that they could to disenfranchise black voters. Remember, we was all over, they was talking about, they won't let people go have water in line. They won't, remember, it was big old fights about voter disenfranchisement in Georgia by Democrats, and they told us that it was violations of the Voters' Rights Act, etc. And then, Reese, I thought about this story about only 10% are accessible. That means that 90% of the polling places in Chicago are not equipped to handle people with disabilities. Reese, how many people do you ever see in the neighborhood that ride a cart, a scooter? How many people in the neighborhood, how many seniors have you seen that are on a walker or have a cane? Who are the most vulnerable and most likely to vote rain, sleet, snow, or whatever? Black seniors. When I read that they said that polling places had some of these places had temporary ramps, and they covered up holes in the sidewalks with boards, I said, do they really want people to vote? And you know what the Board of Elections said? Well, if they can't get there, they can vote by mail. Reese, what do you know about old folks? They do the same thing. They know once they got a pattern, you know, when they talk about setting their ways. You know why they always say black voter turnout is on election day? Because we ain't all the way made the migration to vote by mail. Then if you live in a neighborhood where you know you got a problem getting your mail, which we hear in all the black neighborhoods, you may be less inclined to trust voting by mail as a black senior. Now I want you to combine that, Reese, with the fact that this election cycle, 50% of all Chicagoans got a new polling place. 50%. So let's just pretend that half the black people who vote showed up to the polling place that they normally went to, and it wasn't there. Okay? Now add to that, when you get to the new polling place, If you find it, you now have to wait 4 times as long. Which, Riis, if there's no bathroom, if there's no parking, if the sidewalk has a crack in it and they ain't got a board over it, which 90% of them don't, let me ask you, do they really want us to vote? If this was happening anywhere else in the country, Democrats would be screaming bloody murder. If this was in a red state, Democrats would be putting pictures of us standing in line, screaming bloody murder. But in the bluest state in the country, we are going backwards in voting. Now, Riis, let me add to you. Remember the story I told you? When I said last week that black voter turnout was its lowest since 2018 and going back almost to 2014? While Democrats won convincingly with the lowest black city turnout, remember I told you that if I could drive your turnout down in the city, you're black, then I have less reason to fear you. Riis, 50% of the polling places, wait, let's back up. 90% of the polling places are not senior ready. Can we agree that most black seniors have some form of a disability? Whether it's diabetes, whether it's some ailment, a cane, like the largest voting population of us is 65 and up. Right? Riis, at 52, I got a limp. I'm just playing. But just think, I pulled up to my polling place to go vote with Carrie, and had Carrie not had her security with her, we wouldn't have been able to park. After finding out that our polling place moved and they put it in a senior building where it is in a room, so they didn't give us 4 times the voting machines. They moved 4 polling places into one location. Now, Riis, can I ask you a question? What if you were running for mayor and your opponent's strongest base was the people who are most likely to be impacted? So imagine if, and this is just me being real, if I was involved back in the day, how I would have played this. If I'm the mayor and I control the board of election commissioners, and I'm concerned that the black vote, somebody gonna remember Anjanette Young, guess what I'm gonna do, Riis? And I feel like there's another, and the people, if I'm going to lose the black community, I'm going to lose the seniors. Because they all got groceries. They all got gas. They all got money in their lobby. Remember how that money used to go out in the lobbies? So now if I am seeking to undercut Willie Wilson, right? Look, who the mayor got in her commercials? Not the same voter that was going to put Willie Wilson over the top. But if I can make it difficult for them to get to the polling place, that's half the battle. If I can frustrate them out of going, if I can make it physically impossible. And Riis, we saw it work in the governor's election. Right now, I want black people to recognize that you are currently watching a new world order being created without you. In 1 year, you do a remap, you change 50% of the polling places, you don't communicate the changes, there's no public awareness campaign, there's no anything that says, hey, did you know, but we got pizza deliveries on TV. And I know that sounds petty, but if you look at the commercial, you know who the mayor wants to come out. And I think that sometimes we are naive in the process. The Board of Election Commissioners for the city of Chicago is separate from the county. You know why it was set up that way, Riis? Because if you were Mayor Daley, one or two, you want to control the elections. Hence, one component of the Chicago machine. Now, people will say I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I stood in line to vote for an hour in the COVID era where seniors, there should be a full scale. Have we heard about this? And they told them if they can't vote, then they should just vote by mail. Hey, y'all, I think none of this is coincidental. I just need for you to understand that. And it's not just Pritzker. It is right now, in desperate times, people use every tool that they have in the toolbox. And voter disenfranchisement is not just reserved for Republicans. I just want to know, how do these things happen? Do you think they're coincidental? Or you think y'all think I'm crazy? In 1 year, you do a remap, you switch 50% of the polling places. You understaff every single one of the polling places, combine 4-1, and then walk away and say, go vote by mail. Look, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. When we come back, it's filing day. If you are down at the Board of Elections, Harold E.K. Williams, I want you to call me. Vitris, Willie Wilson, Ricky Hendon, whoever is down there, Cleopatra, whoever's down at the Board of Elections, I don't care what ward you're running from, give us a call. 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. We're going to talk about the evolution of filing day. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Tune in to the Mays Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, May said, we out of here. Peace.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Well, since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. But won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale. Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. Now you're shopping anywhere. Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay that fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Oh, yeah. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over?
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
What's in it for the black people? Cause economically we are not equal. Waking up the lies, can't toast no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies now of the politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Mays and Riis and Ruthie and Ty explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect you oppressed, it's all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up, world. This is the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. As well as the whole... Hold on. I was trying to find somebody who told me they was looking for the show. All right, y'all. It's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Rule on the ones and twos. And y'all, it is filing day. I got to tell you, this is one of the most exciting times of the year. I remember back in 2003, I was working on a campaign for for my first campaign, and I was like, and I remember being told, hey, man, you know, as campaign manager, you got to be down at the Board of Elections early in the morning. And so I remember being there at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then, Riis, I remember when I ran for alderman, or when I thought I was running for alderman, back in, what was it, 2007? 2007, I think it was. Or was it, was it 7? It might have been 03. Matter of fact, it might have been 03. Anyway, when I was running for alderman, and I remember standing in line and being there early, and you know who was my standing in line was Karen Norrington Reeves. And Karen Norrington Reeves is the person that Bobby Rush had asked to be his replacement. She lost in the congressional race. She was running for 6th Ward Alderman against Fredrina Lyle. And I was running for 18th Ward Alderman because Tom Murphy had stepped down. And it was a big old long story, but I just remember being in that line. And I remember a lot of people who were in that line back then and what they went on to be. Some people got elected. I remember Michelle Harris, Alderman Harris, and I were, man, it was. So anyway, that's also, you know, Riis, I had to cut Karen to the curb. Kick her to the, we was like super cool, but because Carrie was with Fredrina Lyle, and I had a crush on her way back then. Don't tell nobody. I was like, oh no, I can't let her see me working for the ops. But today is filing day, and Riis, today used to be the Mayor's Strongman Showcase. I remember the very first time I was down involved in the aldermanic races, and the mayor's team showed up. Riis, the Daily Squad did it like gangsters. The mayor didn't show up. And no matter who was at the front of the line, when the mayor's squad showed up, they was first in line. And usually, it would be a crowd of black dudes. I think the first time, I think Terry Peterson was the mayor's campaign manager. You know what, Riis? I'm going to go get a picture. I'm going to show y'all. But Riis, it was, the mayor would pull up, and he would have a stack of petitions. This tall. It would be like off, like he would roll in with a wagon, and it would be like, or he would roll in and they would be like, doom, this is the mayor of the city of Chicago. And in every one of their, and in this stack, there were petitions by ward. Because what happened was, the mayor said that they would get on the phone, they would call, and they would say, first ward, second ward, this is how many petitions we want from you. And all of us would be running around trying to get his signatures together so that you could present your package of signatures to the mayor. Because it all counted. And then on the first day, it would be like, you want a piece of this? And the mayor had a black goon squad that was like, they would show up with their hats. It was Terry Peterson. I think it was Chester. It was like all of them. They had contracts. They had money. They had the whole thing, bro. It was like, damn. But it was the first day, and it was like the mayor put the gauntlet down and said, damn it, I am the mayor of the city of Chicago. I am the most powerful. And I'm filing first, and my name will be first. Lotteries be damned. And then it was really hard, Riis, if you was running against the mayor to even get signatures, because you had to find people to go do it. So usually what the mayor would do is prop himself. He would find a black person to run against so he could have a campaign. But they really wasn't. They was usually in the tank, right? Like they was usually, like he usually asked them to run. Like, could you run against me, please? So it could be some and you know, and then afterwards they would be like, thanks, mayor. Riis, times have changed. Today, the mayor of the city of Chicago is telling us that she is filing her petitions on the last day. Now, let me help you understand. Why do people want to, Lori asked, what is the advantage of filing on the first day? if you are the first person in your race or the only person in your race, then it determines your ballot position, right? So, Reese, if you're the first person in line and there's no, so Cleopatra is running against Anthony Beale, okay, in the 9th Ward. She got in line on Friday to be the first person to file. Now, she wanted the publicity that came with it because that used to be a tradition. And it was a tradition for all of the politicians. It was kind of like being hazed. Like if you had to be the overnight person, it was like you was getting broken in, right? And then it's like you climbed up the ladder. Now, the millennials like, hell no, that's not fair. I don't want to stand outside you like that. You made me stand outside you too cold. I don't want to. You see, you're hazing me. But I still want the job, though. But anyway, long story short. So, Reese, if Cleopatra was in the race today and Anthony Beale and he didn't file today, Cleopatra would have the first ballot position. Now the thing, and so it used to be first person in line, it was first come, first serve. But because of the competition now, everybody who is in line at 9 o'clock in the morning all gets treated the same. They all file at 9 o'clock, right? So it doesn't make a difference. But what it does mean is you are entered into a lottery to be the first position on the ballot. Does that make sense? So everybody in line at 9 o'clock today, whether they're first or last, there will be a person that will come out and will be like, it's 9 o'clock. Everybody in this line is now qualified for the lottery. So if you're the mayor of the city of Chicago now has no chance. If the mayor declares she was filing on the last day. Now what she hopes is that she will file last and will be the last person on the ballot. But you know what I would do, Reese? If somebody's smart, because everybody ain't got their signatures. So now the mayor is going to be in a race to be last. Because what happens to all the candidates that file on the last day? The mayor, ordinarily, you try to be the last person, but somebody is going to get in the line on the last day. So the mayor will find herself in a lottery to be the last person. So what would be crazy is if she got mixed somewhere in the middle. But that's the reason why people are in line today. That makes sense? All right. Yeah. Now, Riis, I think that today kicks off the beginning of a sprint. Now, we just went through a year-long governor's race. Today is the first day to file. Election is in February with a runoff in April. December, January, early voting starts. February is election day. Runoff is in April. Now, do you understand that we are a nonpartisan election? So that means that you don't run as a Democrat or a Republican, right? So there is no primary. Everybody understand why that happened? Mayor Daley wanted a nonpartisan election because of the black population in the city of Chicago at the time. Any black candidate that would always win the Democratic primary. So what the mayor had to do was because if he would have, black people tend to vote black. And he knew that he wouldn't be able to do it in a Democratic primary. So what he did was he says, there is no Democratic primary. The first person to get 50% of the vote plus one in the first round is declared a winner. If you do not get 50% of the vote plus one, equal a direct majority, then the top two vote getters go to a runoff that happens in April, right? So in a race where there's two people, it's all over in February. But say there's a race with 4 or 5 or 6 people, And it's pretty hard to get to 50% with 4 or 5 or 6 people, which then means you have to go to a runoff where the top 2 vote getters have to face off in a death match, a 1-month death match. Riis, I can't wait to see who files today. Now, what's crazy to me, and y'all open up the phone lines, give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Are there any races that you are watching? Do you know anybody that's filing? Are your friends filing on the first day? Are you filing on the last day? What's your rationale? Now, part of the reason that people file on the last day, and if I'm guessing, Riis, first of all, you think the mayor has her signatures? I know she was paying $9. Remember, we said it's going to cost her $250,000 to get them signatures.
She got them, man. I know that. She got them.
So then what reason would she have for not submitting on the first day and demonstrating that she is the strongest candidate and putting herself in a position where she might not be the last candidate because there'll be other people that are filing on the last day? Give me a thought. Why is she waiting?
I think she thinks that her name holds weight. She's the mayor, so it don't matter if she filed the first day or the last, you know. So she's like, I think I'm the mayor. If I file now or later, they know who I am.
Yeah, but if the biggest mayors who everybody knew and either feared or loved, Daley, Manuel, always wanted the first spot, you think the mayor think her name got more weight than both of those?
She believed that it doesn't matter in today's world. Like, she believed that the candidates that she running against don't hold more weight. Like, her name holds more weight. So they're going to be looking like, because it going to look like where is Lori Lightfoot. So, you're going to be like, oh, man, the mayor, like, where the mayor at? You're going to look, oh, okay, there she go. So
yeah, that's that Riis. That's that Riis logic.
Like,
I'll be like, So do you want to be the top or the bottom, or you want to be in the middle of the pack? If it's just a regular person, I want to be at the top of the list. I ain't gonna lie. And I've always been taught at the top of the list. And there's a better percentage if you don't know who, you ain't going in the middle. You probably take the person on the top. But let me tell you what I would argue. And I'm gonna tell a little secret because when the candidate that I love ran, she had the signatures and chose not to file on the first day too. Because what happens when you submit your petitions? Immediately today, you will look and people, as soon as the petitions are filed, guess what, Riis? It gives your opponent the opportunity to begin to challenge your signatures. Here's what I think. I think the mayor's going to file a bunch of signatures. And I think she's trying. What is the one thing you cannot get more of in a campaign? Time. And so there is a finite window of time that candidates have to challenge signatures, right? And so if I'm the mayor, if I file today and my signatures ain't tight, that gives you a week to bust me. That gives you an extra week to tear me apart. It gives you an extra week to scrutinize. It gives you an extra week to check. Remember when I told y'all about the recapitulation process? And there is now, as the candidates file their petitions, now it gives your opposition the opportunity to review your petitions to see if you actually have the required number. Now, to run for mayor, you need 12,500 signatures. So realistically, to get to that number, you need 3 times that. So we're going to see, first of all, if the mayor, when she files 36,000 signatures. That's the first clue. If she doesn't file 36,000 signatures, now what you got to guess is that of those 36,000, you might be able to challenge her votes. But what is the thing? Does anybody have the operation to break the signatures down? So what the mayor is trying to do is run out the clock so you can't take a super, super deep dive into her signatures, into her petitions, right? However, the mayor's got to hope that there's nobody with the operation, that she can turn in enough signatures that there's nobody with an operation that has the ability to challenge. Now, Riis, anybody been out there? Has anybody seen the mayor's signatures? Have you signed a petition? I know Senator Hendon said, Willie Wilson sent me a text, actually a press release, that said he's showing up today at 36,000. Uh-oh. Tracy Bay, number 4 in line to file her petitions. Report from Brother Tyrone Muhammad directly on the front lines. Y'all give us a call, 872-259-7474. If you outside, you filing petitions, or you probably scared you don't want to be on the Maze Jackson show this morning. I don't even need that smoke. I want to see what that line is going to look like today at 9:30. Harold E.K. Williams says he's down there 3rd in line. So, Harold, you probably standing next to Tracy. Riis, what are the races you want to watch? Now, my other part, though, here is who's going to file today. Now, I've been hearing rumors. I tried to reach out to Ray Lopez. Somebody told me Ray might be getting out the race, Riis. And if Ray Lopez gets out the race, then you know what that says to me? It says to me that Chuy Garcia is going to be the candidate of the old school of Chicago. So I think so it's a lot of stuff. Oh, will Brandon Johnson file today? You think he filing today, CTU? I'm sure he should. Come on. I called Brandon to see if he filing today too. Cam, I reached out to Cam. Cam did hit me back. All right, man, I'm going to tell y'all. Let me reach out. If you're filing today, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I'm trying to make sure. How did I do this? Oh, I messed up. I messed up my whole papers, man. Anyway, so let me tell you, yes, more than one candidate can challenge the mayor's petitions. If the candidates were smart, they probably would break them up. Like they would collaborate and say, I'll take these, you take these, you take these. Like to me, I want to look at I would almost say I would love to pull the petitions to see where they came from and who gave them to her. Like what ward organizations were able to deliver signatures for the mayor. From what I hear, it was like for every one signature, you could get 10 signatures for every one for the mayor. And so understanding that, I think, do we anticipate Paul Vallis? Will Paul Vallis file today? Let's reach out to Juan. Will Sophia King file today? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Call us. Brandon Johnson says he's filing. Riis, give 872-259-7474. Anybody on the line? Here, let me give him a number. He said he's trying to call. All right. So anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Who you look? Ray, you got any races you want to watch? You got any races? Now, I'm going to tell you what. I think we as black folks, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, we need to be focused on these open seats. I almost feel like we need to make a new black caucus, a black caucus. You feel me? Like, with all the open seats, if we did black caucus elections, like, would you think black people would vote for black people? Like, if we was like I feel like we should put the what's in it for the black people question to everybody running in an open seat in the black wards. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. If you are a candidate, if you are down at the Board of Elections and you are representing, you running for office, we'll give you the platform. Caller, you're on the Mays Jackson Show. Who this is? Hello?
Hello, Mays. Some of your guys, this Carl Murray down here for Alderman Moore. We got Frank right here.
Hey, Mays, it's Frank Calabrese. How you doing?
Oh, what's up? What's up?
Hey, Mays, it's Marty Morris in line for Conway in the front of the line, baby.
Damn,
yeah,
look
we
at
the
that.
front of the line, baby.
Like, who you working for, Carl? Yo, what y'all tell me?
Oh, you I'm down here for David.
Who you down there for, Carl?
Yes, sir. Alderman David Moore.
Okay, what number
At the
line
front
are
of
you
the
in?
line.
You in the front? How you get to the front, Carl?
Yeah.
You ahead?
I'm right behind Willie.
You right behind Willie?
I was down here. I'm right behind Willie and I'm right behind Frank. Right behind Frank. Frank. You know how he do it. You know how Conway can do it.
Yep, it's actually a full room, Maze, and there's a lot of heavy hitters here. Everybody's being pretty covert who they're with too. So typical Chicago.
Look at that! Yeah. They calling live now. Carl Murray, you got to go ahead and send me some reports as to who's down there. Now y'all know Marty Morris. Now let me tell y'all what, Carl, you probably don't even realize that, but that guy you talking to, Marty Morris, me and Marty were the two people that got the least credit for Pat Quinn's success, but we split the state of Illinois up. He was the downstate field director. I was the upstate field director, and we got Pat Quinn over. Marty is running Bill Conway's campaign. Hey, y'all, and I met with Bill Conway. We're going to be talking to him as well because he's running in the new 34th ward. So, look, y'all, it's going down. Carl, who else is down there, man? Who else?
He told me. Carlos told me it, too. He's like, what's going on, doctor?
What's going on? Who that? Who is this?
Carlos Stephanie Coleman campaign.
All right, Carlos, that's what I'm talking about, man. You know we love Stephanie Coleman, man. Where's the alderman? I know she fancy. She got to be showing up in a minute because I know she gonna be show stopping today.
You already know she's prepared to make her grand entrance, as always.
There it is. All right, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all what. I miss being in the mix right now. Everybody down there. That's my man, Carl Murray. Carl Murray on top of it for all of us. Carl, I appreciate you calling in. Marty Morris, we're going to be catching up a little bit later on today. Look, y'all, we got to build a new There's a new world order being built right now in Chicago. We got to be in that universe. Look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. When we come back, this is going to be a sensitive topic, and I don't know what the best way to approach it except to hit it head on. I was going to show pictures, but I don't think that I'm going to show pictures of the screenshots. But I do want to talk about what happens when Africans say F-ADOS but are in charge of distributing our resources. I want to talk about it because I had an interesting, and it's still live on my Facebook page, so you can go check it out. I'm not going to use any names. You can go check it out because obviously there was no shame in the comments. But I do think that it was a really poignant conversation that really started with the discussion of Chewy's accent versus Dr. Wilson's. And it revealed some really interesting things and maybe served as the reason why why Mark Carter has been right. It's the Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show will be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Caller, you on the Mays Jackson Show? What's up?
Hi, this is Katie. How are you?
Hey! Okay, hold on. I'm going to make an official nomination right now that we make Katie the new president of the phone club. Riis, can I get a second from you, man?
I second it.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Everybody tuned in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. If you vote that Katie should be the new president of the phone club, please signify by saying aye. The ayes have it. Congratulations, you are now the new president of the phone club. Katie from Ashburn.
We did it. We did it. You're going to be the next president.
How you doing, boss lady?
Fine. Thank you. I accept that nomination. Thank you.
All right. You got drafted.
Mays Jackson.
It's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mays said, we out of here. Peace.
This song is for you, Can we cruise down the boulevard while we're holding hands, being happy like we used to be? Oh yeah. Then I'ma pull up at the store, go get you a roll, get your favorite game. You know it's gonna be all good. Oh yeah, babe. And if you don't mind, baby, I wanna make you smile all night, babe, while we listen to this song that I made for you. And this song is for dancing. This song is for singing. This song is for making good love to you. And this song is for moving, and you know it's meant for grooving. This song is for making some real good love to you. Love to you, love to you. Yeah. All night. Can we just relax, go kick it in the park, romancing in the dark, let the stars be our light. Oh yeah, baby. And I'ma tell you everything you know your body wanna hear. So baby, listen closely to me. It's all good. Oh yeah, baby. And if you don't mind, baby, I wanna make you smile all night, babe. When we listen to this song I made for you. This song is for dancing. This song is for singing. This song is for making good love to you.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis for real on the ones and twos. It is true. Alderman Ray Lopez has stepped out of the race. He said that it is important that Mayor Lightfoot be defeated, and with the entry of every other candidate into the race, it increases her opportunity to be reelected. And he says she must be defeated. So Riis, Alderman Ray Lopez, who I wish would give us a call, because he is one of I like Alderman Lopez. We started out on the he tried to. I told you we had some LGBTQ issues until we sat down and talked. And you know how it's like when you talk to somebody and you be like, oh, he's not anti, he just for his. So I like Alderman Lopez. Sorry to hear that he is dropping out, but also tells it's another tea leaf to me, Riis. What does that mean, Riis, for the Latino vote? Closing the gap. Riis, I'm starting to believe that Chuy Garcia is becoming the candidate of the old white guard. Riis. He went to St. Rita, right? Graduated from St. Rita High School, Southwest Side, Mustang. Madigan Ally. Right? Okay, Southwest Side. I think as he is a Madigan ally, he has built the trust of the Latinos. I think he's probably smart enough to cut a deal with Alderman Burke, which means that probably if you want to kind of watch Alderman Burke a little bit, you got to kind of watch Ray Lopez. Now it seems to me, Riis, that after some of the buzz that I've been hearing, it seems like the old guard is congealing around Chuy Garcia, recognizing that while the Black and Brown coalition that Chuy purported to have is probably not real, because Brandon Johnson is picking up all of the socialists. Seems to me that there's an alliance forming, and we as black people need to be paying attention. Anybody on the line? Just checking. 872-259-7474. Keep an eye on the line. And apparently Burke is not filing. So what I need to find out is Ray Lopez, and I do believe Ray Lopez is running for alderman again. All right, so Riis, I bring up Chuy Garcia because yesterday I was watching Mike Flannery Fired Up, and I was listening to Chuy talk about his run for mayor. Okay? And as I was listening to Chuy, I was thinking, dang, he has a very thick accent. Like, I wasn't dissing his accent. I was just saying, dang, he has a very thick, traditional Mexican accent. Especially for somebody who grew up here since he was 9 years old and went and graduated, had a master's degree. He graduated from high school in 65, right? Like, I would have felt like, no diss, not even a diss. I often wonder, like, when Latinos who live in Chicago have, like, the super heavy accent, but you lived here all your life, like, where does that come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's neither here nor there. It's like when people go to New York and they come back and they talk like they've been in New York their whole life. When Chicago people go to New York, they didn't be talking like they from New York, B. I be like, dog, stop. Stop it. Stop. But you know that New York thing, you do, you know, you go there for a week, you be like, yeah, B. So Riis, as I was watching, I was inspired socially. And so I asked this question. I said, a lot of black people will diss Willie Wilson for his accent. Will Latinos do the same for Chuy? Then I said, better yet, will black people hold him to the same linguistic standards that they hold Willie to? Riis, if you were to ask me, and I must be honest, I have, we do impersonate Dr. Wilson sometimes. So in our impersonation of Dr. Wilson, I think I don't mean it I maybe years ago I might have meant it maliciously. Like now I just mean it affectionately, right? I just like talking to Dr. Wilson. And once you get past the accent, you really realize this man be using real common sense. Funny, all of the stuff. It's just he has a very thick accent. But Riis, I gotta be honest with you. When I posted it, it was funny because it's almost like the type of black people that are going to be like, I just can't with him and his voice. You know, it's like, you know, so I knew that contingent was going to be there. And that's just the bourgeois eliteness of us all who want to hide our granny now. Because you know everybody got somebody in their family that is not the most, and y'all act like y'all ain't never watched the Cajun Chef, and he be like, that there Cajun did it, right? And they will make excuses for if Chewy has a thick Latino accent, we call it he got a Latino accent. But you can't have a down south accent, right? Now let me ask a question. Do we see Willie as having an accent? Someone said it was a speech impediment. To me, I think he just has a very distinct Southern drawl. I think it's also very disarming. That may make people underestimate his intellect, and then a couple $1 million later, they like, oh, damn, I get it. But Riis, the typical bourgeois black people conversation evolved. But then, hold on, because I got to read it. Came a comment changed the whole dynamic. So my question again was, a lot of black people diss Willie Wilson for his accent. Will Latinos do the same for Chewy? Better yet, will black people hold him to the same linguistic standards? Riis, I feel like there's a part of certain upwardly mobile black people that feel like they're embarrassed of Willie Wilson for themselves, not because of Willie Wilson or anything or his lack of skill. But then there was this comment that caught me off guard. I need you to listen to this, okay? Snarky. Ha 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 ha. Four ha 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 emojis. But there's a difference. Generally speaking, voters are more empathetic towards inexperience than incompetence. Willie's poor command of the English language is rooted in abject incompetence. Chewy's poor command of the English language is rooted in a lack of experience. But in this case, money and name recognition renders the issue moot. Let me read this again. Willie's poor command of the English language is rooted in abject incompetence. Chewy's poor command of the English language is rooted in a lack of experience. Well, Riis, I took offense to that comment. Sound like some white people would say, right? Yes? Okay, let me read my response. To the commenter. Cute was snarky, but as I read your response, I would respectfully suggest, in the interest of discussion, a few observations. To see a multimillionaire black man and to openly communicate that his accent is abject incompetence, while Chewy's is inexperience, is at a minimum daft and dangerous at a maximum. William Wilson admits he left school at age 8, made it to multimillionaire status. Clearly, the white businesses, banks, and entities figured out a way to work around his quote-unquote incompetence. Meanwhile, Chewy has a master's, and I still have to listen closely. I took nothing from either man. Now, let me explain why that statement was far from dumb as F, daft, to dangerous. It was either one of the most unthought out, dumb as fug statements I have read, or dangerous because you actually think that way of black people. And based on your essential employment status and relationship with the black community, it's almost unthinkable for me that and the people I associate with. That is also respectfully why there is evidently a growing need to make the Ados-Friedman black distinction when discussing black power in Chicago. Riis, the person who said that Willie was abject incompetence, his accent was abject incompetence, and Willie's and Chewy's was inexperience. Although Chewy has lived here since he was age 9, graduated from St. Rita, has held an office at every level of government, we are going to give him the excuse of now, mind you, I'm not telling you to vote for anybody. All I was talking about was how we treat each other regarding the language. Now, when I read that statement to you, you would have thought that was somebody white. That was somebody black. Now, I want to interject another component to the conversation. And the reason that I want to inject it, and I'm not going to use the names, is because I don't really want to go all the way there. But there comes a point, hold on, because I'm sure that may have been deleted. Hold on. Riis, the conversation goes on because I had to screenshot it because I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. It was, Mays, allow me to retort. Willie's wealth journey is irrelevant to how well he speaks English. There are people who have wealth in this country who don't speak English at all. The extent that white people work around his linguistic lack of eloquence is irrelevant, but it is and will be relevant to the numbers and votes he garners. He won't be able to work around that. There is no casual relationship between educational level and eloquence. There's nothing dangerous about my reflection except your inclination to inaccurately presume what I think about black people. For the record, I love black people. I don't give a F how we speak, our diversity of birthplaces, right? However, I don't vote for black people who I perceive to be incompetent or adopters of self-serving anti-black policy platforms. Willie, I opine, would be both. Lastly, but respectfully, the ADOS movement has been on life support since its warped, divisive inception. You can't love all black people and adopt a stupid, ahistorical, abjectively ignorant platform like ADOS. The ADOS movement has no power and never will acquire any. It will not determine the outcome of any election involving black candidates, foreign or domestic, ever. F ADOS. It ought to rebrand itself as Adios. So now, I'm reading this, and I'm thinking to myself, here is a black man. This is our larger, right, Riis? I asked what's in it for the black people. Here is a black man who sees Chewy as inexperienced, but sees Wilson, what did he say, as abjectly incompetent? Okay, so now, Riis, I take that practical thought process and I say, so now this black person in charge of distributing black resources to black people, who sits at the table as a representative of black people, really doesn't like the people that he's speaking for. And it was amazing to me to watch someone of high stature refer to, and again, I want to be clear, my point was not to advocate for either candidate for office. It was, do we give the same deference to, and people were making excuses for Chewy's accent and saying, but they couldn't with Willie. And that was really my point, only until I recognized that Riis, here is a highly statured person that would be viewed as black, who says, F American descendants of slavery. And it's compounded by the fact that resources that are meant for our community are channeled through a person who views us as less than. Now, Riis, if I told you it was a black dude who grew up in the suburbs and didn't know nothing about himself, I would call him, you might call him a sellout. But Riis, what is it when it is an African, a black person, that looks at us as less than, while simultaneously being employed with some responsibility of engagement and distribution of resources? Riis, how do you say F ADOS but be charged with distributing their resources? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. You know, I want to connect all facets of the diaspora. But like when I read those comments, I was like, wait, so Willie, who's been here and has overcome, and I really don't even know that he uses improper English. I think he uses slang he uses a Southern reputation, but the fact that our leadership is at the table can find a defense for Chewy while denigrating, and I'm talking about, come on, abject incompetence. You had to work to do that, which is also what makes me say, oh, so you probably would say these are the least offensive Negroes. So essentially, and I gotta say, how do I make the distinction? Because I do see Willie. I'm not telling you to vote for Willie Wilson. I was talking about the hypocrisy of the voice. The hypocrisy of we don't see ours as an accent. Latinos like, man, we got a chance to win. Not advocating for you to vote. Carly on the Mays Jackson Show. How do we manage this when he literally told you what he thinks about us? What's up, callers? It's the Mays Jackson Show.
Hallelujah, greetings to you. This is Mama D.
Hey, Mama D.
The mother tongue language of NAA, Indigenous Native American Africans, is Ebonic English, because stolen from a continent, all others who came here came from countries by choice. If you check out the United States Senate and the United States Congress concurring apology of June 18, 2009, it tells you all about how America stole our language, our mother tongue language. So we are the only ones in America that speak Ebonic English due to governmental laws. And what needs to happen now is that we need to sue in order to use our mother tongue language.
Okay, I
Get
think
where I'm coming from?
no, I hear exactly where you're coming from. I think the key, Mama D, in this conversation is that even if we acknowledge Ebonics as our mother tongue language, those of us who were indoctrinated in England, whose family traditions come from England, as in Africa, would look down upon us as common Negroes. Like, the whole concept of that conversation, and it's live on my page, right? I think, and the reason I'm not going to use the names is because I'm not trying to I'm not trying to turn. I probably never, ever in my life succinctly saw in writing why ADOS or Freedman or the distinction is so important. When you think about if most of our investment is in social services, and the leading advocacy, one of the leading advocacy voices looks at one of the most successful black men as abjectly incompetent, refers to him, what do you think he says to about the black children that go to underperforming black schools, of which 1 in 4 of our children do? See, when I read, it's almost like the other conversation of our birthright being stolen. So now here we sit in the country where even our best can be disrespected because someone who is not a descendant of a slave can now wear the black mask. And we will applaud because they wear beautiful suits and speak the king's English. And we will never make the distinction, all the while knowing that they hate you. I was thinking about the time that the person left the Mays Jackson show. Left the network. A person left the network. And it's funny because, I'm always like, dang, reflective of what did I and he. And it's always these things that we know, but when we communicate them, then it makes it difficult, and then we become anti. Hey, yo, Femo, dude literally came on to Mays Jackson's page and said, F American descendants of slavery, while simultaneously distributing being in charge of distribution of a significant level of those resources to American descendants of slavery. In defense of a Latino who I just simply asked, would black people give the same deference? I haven't made a decision as to who I'm voting for mayor. But when the black people can find an excuse for everybody but the black people, he just proved my point. Abject incompetence? Hey, fam, you know that man got business on every continent? Nigga, you an employee. And to go into the public forum, they need Negroes like that. But the people that would say put them on the boats, remember it was Africans that participated in slavery. Y'all, like it's almost like we must be vigilant in who is getting our resources. Now, I have not really rode this horse because I do think it has the potential to be divisive at a time when we don't need to be divisive. But at the same time, abject ignorance, incompetence, and you be outside for black people? What black is that? It's the Mace Jackson Show. Yo, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk. No, it's too late. That comment's never going away. That comment, and I'm going to tell you, you can say it with confidence for all the reasons that Mark and Tamiko have said, that the country, because we are replaceable. They would definitely like the more, who gonna be offended because you called out Willie Wilson? You get points for whooping on Negroes. Do you not understand that? Now, I would say that anybody that has to touch that, but here go the crazy part. Y'all gonna all have read it, and it's gonna be cute. It's gonna be sweet. Well, I can't keep getting into these fights. But like, for real? American descendants of slavery? Like, how do you put that in words as a black person? Much less type it. How? Because you don't see yourself as us. So when you're managing the resources for our families, you probably like let them niggas kill each other. That's what they do in Africa. It's the Mace Jackson Show. These are people that walk amongst us. Yo, like, that was crazy. Like, crazy, and I don't know if it was over service, but the confidence in which you can say F us. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Right, because, you put on a nice suit, shave, good barber. Everybody look the same. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't want to work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Wake up in the morning with the frown on my a fake smile for people I don't wanna see, working at a job that I don't wanna be, breaking my back to the bone with nothing to show. But I got dreams and goals. But as soon as I clock in, I'm ready to go. So there's one thing I gotta know: why money ain't free? Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Give it to me. I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it to me? Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Rocking in that 9 to 5, got your girl hella tired. Why won't they let me be? Now I understand why my mama always used to ask, did I think money grew on trees? I got these bills after bills and they just keep coming. Working overtime, but my pockets ain't flooding. Yeah, my funds low. Adult life is ghetto.
Why money ain't free?
Why it ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me?
Why can't they just give it to
I
me?
don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me.
Why money ain't free? Yeah.
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't
Tell
free?
me how the money ain't free. Every 5 minutes, kids bothering me. They seem to think that money grows on trees. Always asking for allowance and clean one thing. I'm sick and tired of my funds being low. Spent the whole bag on the groceries at the store. Got a little something, but I need a little more. And I'm a single mama, you should already know.
Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why can't you just give it to me? I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free? Why can't you just give it
Won't
to
you
me?
give it to me?
I don't wanna work for nobody. I'd rather keep doing me. Why money ain't free?
Why the money ain't free?
Why money ain't free?
Why money ain't free? Yeah, why money ain't free?
Back to the Mays Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Mays Jackson. Mays Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Mays said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up! Chicago! I'm just saying, man. That whole post made me feel like ADOS is necessary. Like, y'all was trying to push me over. I was like, for real, dog. But it'll just be me, and I'll be the jerk. And everybody else will be like, oh. Then when you wonder why it worked for everybody but not us. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. And Riis, I felt a certain way. Let me ask a question. Do we have a need to make a distinction between black people from the continent and descendants of slaves? It was funny because he said that, and it's like he does a lot of work in Springfield, and you know that the Illinois General Assembly made a distinction between American descendants of slavery. It's kind of why... Well, anyway, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up? Caller? Hello? You there? Caller? You there?
Maze?
Hello?
Maze?
Yes.
Paul Vallis, how are you?
Paul Vallis, what you doing on the morning show line? Don't you got a filing to be up to? Ain't you supposed to be filing some petitions today?
I'm on my way right now.
All right, so do you have the signatures, Paul? How many signatures you filing today?
Yeah, we're filing, I think about 45,000.
45,000?
So that's
now, Paul, let me ask a question. Why aren't you waiting until the last day?
Well, because I've got all the signatures I need, and you know we screen them, so we're pretty confident that we got about 80-85% of them are rock solid. So we won't be subjected to any sort of signature check. So we feel very good about it.
Now, Paul, this thing is getting tight, man. I see Willie Wilson says he's dropping off 60,000 this morning. How are you and Willie on the campaign trail? Are y'all cool, or has this thing gotten nasty yet?
Yeah, no, nothing will ever get nasty with me and Willie, or for that matter, with me and Cam, or with me and Sawyer. I've known them for years. Willie and I both lost our sons, so we've grown close over the last 10 years, and we're running against Lightfoot. We're running because the city is in need of new leadership. So I don't see us running against each other. We're running to move the city forward. We feel that there's a great leadership need in this city, and that's why I think you've got the reason why you have so many candidates in the race, and so many prominent candidates in the race.
Now, Paul, I guess my question is, since I would have considered you one of the front runners. Well, I still consider you one of the front runners because I don't know any white people that are going to vote for Lori Lightfoot. But I guess my question is, how do you think Chewy's entry into the race impacts you?
I don't know. That's really hard to say. Remember, Chewy ran a good race against Rahm Emanuel because Rahm Emanuel was running against Karen Lewis. In fact, Karen Lewis almost ran for mayor, and he had overwhelming support of the SEIU and the Chicago Teachers Union, and they're not endorsing him this time around. So I anticipate that Chewy's going to have a problem. But what's Chewy been doing or saying about crime or public or city affordability, or for that matter, the fact that schools were shut down for 15 months? Chewy's been kind of silent on the local issues that are most important to voters. So I think Chewy's going to struggle both in terms of getting on the ballot and as well as in terms of having the type of field organization that he had when he ran against Rahm Emanuel a number of years ago, and he had rock solid, no compromising Karen Lewis support.
Now, let me ask you this: how does Ray Lopez dropping out of the race impact you? And the reason I would say that is because when I was looking at some of the other polls, it seemed like you two were in the same lane, and you guys were in the same space. Today, Ray announced that he's dropping out because he thinks that every additional candidate in the race essentially helps the mayor. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I think Ray helps me out, obviously, because Ray's been an outspoken critic of the mayor on public safety. There's a lot of council people who grumble behind the scenes, but Ray's been the one who's been upfront and vocal now for a number of years. And I think I believe that many individuals who have seen both Ray and me on the ballot would have been, perhaps would have, had a decision to make. So I anticipate that Ray dropping out will help me in a big way.
For sure. All right, Paul. Well, let me tell you what. Good luck. I must tell you, I wish anybody that puts themselves on in the public forum all of the best. I appreciate you always being willing to take our call. And as this process goes on, we want to get you back in. We want to host some debates and some really informative sessions. I'd like to get to talk to you guys some more, because one of the things that I think is going to be important is that with so many candidates in the race, the black community has so many issues. And a lot of times these public forums these public debates that we have that give you the opportunity only to speak for 1 minute really don't address real issues. And I know you are a long format guy. So we're going to figure this out, but we got to get you back in here along with some of the other candidates. And it's great to hear that you are not fighting Dr. Wilson. So, hey, man, I look forward to it, and good luck today. Tell my man Juan, Juan Rangel, I said, what's up? Did we lose him?
Yeah, I think his call dropped.
All right. Well, we'll let his call drop. Okay. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. That was Paul Vallis, candidate for mayor. Hey, y'all remember the people that be trying to get at you. Remember them. What's up? You on the line still? Paul, you still there? Hello? Paul?
I apologize.
All right, we lost you.
Yeah, my call dropped. Sorry.
All right, well, we're going to give you an opportunity to say goodbye to the people. Go ahead, give us keep it to less than a minute, Paul, because I know you're a long format guy.
Well, Maze, let me tell you, I really look forward to having opportunities to come on your show and answering the questions that you're going to be asking all the candidates. What's in it for the black community? And as you know, I've always been upfront and very specific with my answers. And I like to say that my service to the city has been one which has benefited all communities. So I look forward to the opportunity. Thanks for the warm-up this morning, man. We're ready to go and let the games begin.
Let the games begin. Hey, man, how much money you got in that account, man? I heard you got some money on the books. So I bet your money finna go
I do.
How much money you got on the books, Paul? Tell us, just give us a round
number. North of $2 million in climate. So we're going. We got money this time. We're ready to roll.
When you gonna be on TV, man? You see the mayor's on TV now. I don't know who is her target demographic, by the way, and who are you going for, Paul? Because it seems like you might be the candidate of white people.
Well, look, the bottom line is I'm going to campaign as they always have in all communities. And those 78 schools that I built. And remember, because you're going to see a lot of misinformation out there. I never had to shut down a single school because we had about 130,000 more kids and our enrollment was growing. But those schools, the overwhelming vast majority of those schools were built in the poor communities on the west side and south side. So at the end of the day, I'm going to campaign throughout the city, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the black community. You can rest assured.
All right, that is Paul Vallis. He can say he got 2 million and climbing, y'all. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Thanks, Paul. We appreciate you calling in. Hey, if you're a candidate and you are running for office today, you down in line, you want to give us a shout out, or you want to be able to promote your campaign, give us a call. Shout out to my man Carl Murray out there. Carl was our on the spot reporter. See, now what we should have did was have somebody go down there live, right, and be like, yo, I'm gonna give y'all the live. All right. Oh. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about. Did y'all hear about Nancy Pelosi? Anybody? So Riis, last week, Nancy Pelosi announced that we talked about this because, you know, she don't want to go home, right? We talked about this. But what I was not paying... Go ahead.
Her home was vandalized, man. You know, she doesn't feel safe in that home, you know, so she doesn't...
I wouldn't feel safe neither if somebody got in naked, walking around in baby oil, talk about some where's Nancy, and then wind up in a hammer battle with my husband, who's at home now, after a fractured skull. Sounds kind of juicy smoothie-ish to me. I know you can't talk about it, but it seems very smoothie-ish. I feel like they was like, put it down, Paul. No, I am not going to be on. Oh, let me stop. So, Riis. Okay. I spend a lot of time Chicago focused. But something is happening in the country. And I don't want to be so mad that we miss it. Did you see that when Nancy Pelosi left this leadership spot, she did it in a manner that allowed for her transition to occur uninterrupted, with the exception of a little monkey wrench thrown in by Jim Clyburn. Riis, next week, or within the next upcoming weeks, New York Representative Hakeem Jeffries is poised to become the minority leader. Which essentially makes him poised to become the next Democratic Speaker of the House. Now, I can recall watching, first of all, I can recall, shout out to Robin Kelly, who years ago brought Hakeem Jeffries on the Mace Jackson Show, where we talked, and I was really Riis talking to a U.S. congressman about Biggie, because he's from Brooklyn. And I was telling him how I wanted to come to Marcy Projects and how I wanted to do all these historical landmarks. And he was like, that is probably one of the best ideas that I ever heard. I said, man, hip-hop is, and he was like, I'm going to work on that. And I think somewhere in the universe, he's working on that. But I want to point out that a Black Power transition is happening. Let me say that again. A Black Power transition is happening. And I don't want to be so mad that we miss it. Now, I'll back up. I'll say that in the conversation with Hakeem Jeffries, it was clear that he was hip-hop. Now, can you imagine in your mind the second in line to presidency being a hip-hop kid of our generation? And so, Riis, the thing that I am concerned about is that we are poised to have the first black speaker of the House, and we still haven't figured out how to manage our relationship with black power. And it became poignant to me because, coincidentally, we have the first black speaker of the House in Illinois. Who told us to watch him work. Tracy, that's for you. And then proceeded to gain more political power with less black votes. Let me say that again. The Illinois Speaker of the House, who told us to watch him work, has now the largest Democratic caucus in the history of the Illinois General Assembly. He picked up 5 seats when they were expected to lose. And at the same time, Riis, he got less black votes. So now here we have one of the 5 most powerful people slots in the state of Illinois. And because of everything that has happened over Daley and Madigan and all of that, our community, black people, are disengaging from the process. So at the same time that we're supposed to be benefiting, when we're supposed to not have to, when we're supposed to be able to get the meeting. And I'm going to tell you, anyway, I won't go there. We've become less politically relevant. And my biggest concern is that a new black power generation transition is happening in front of us, and we will miss it. Because we have not yet learned how to manage the power dynamic. Right now, Adrian Jones, the president of the Speaker of the House of Delegates in Maryland, you got Wes Moore just became governor, but Riis, with a black Speaker of the House nationally, potentially, is the reparations fight upon us? Or do we understand the role of the power dynamic? Because let me help you understand. that all of these people in power right now, the black power, they need black votes because as we continue to, if they can see that they can win, the black people know that the black people in power know that they won their spots with less black votes, which means that they're going to have to cater to white folks. But there's going to be a moment when the white folks say, why do we have to go through you when we can just do it ourselves? And so now, as this new power dynamic is being created, we have to say, are we going to play? Knowing that potentially in 2 to 4 years, you have a black man who can move it through the Senate, through the House, and make the dream a reality. But are we going to play the short game and be mad, or are we going to uplift and build our space? Look, y'all, it's the Mays Jackson Show. We have a new congressman, Jonathan Jackson. Right? Perfect timing. It's the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mays Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Mays Jackson.
Tune in to the Mays Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 a.m. That's right, it's the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. Mays said, we out of here. Peace.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Mays Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Look, Hey, check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. He locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Put this country together and gave him hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, forced sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on. Was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no stimulus check, just run the bread, make it high. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Mays Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man DJ Riis to rule on the ones and twos. It's a political new world order, y'all. And we have to figure out how we're going to participate in it. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Caller, what you got for me today? I want to know what's going on down at the Board of Elections. Uh-oh. Sound like somebody down at the board. Who is this? Hello? Caller? Caller. Now, see, you missing your shot. Who this? Hello? Yeah. All right, bring him down until we come back. See if you can hear him. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. We got to participate in this new political system. I'm not exactly sure which way. I know people are down there running. If you're running for office today and you at the Board of Elections, give us a call, 872-259-7474. I seen some of y'all signing paperwork at the bus stop. What's up, caller?
Good morning, Maze. How are you?
All right, who
this? Is Tracy.
This is who? Is this Tracy Bay?
Tracy.
Oh, Tracy, running
Tracy
for fourth Ward Alderman number 4 in line. What's going on, sis? Tell me what it's looking like down there.
Maze is back down here. It is the line. Ricky just said the line is down the street and around the corner.
What?
It's probably, it's packed.
Now let me ask.
When we rolled up, it was so many people. The line is that long.
Now, Tracy, you're going to have to take some pictures.
The energy is very high in here. So I'm going to tell you, I see Brandon, I see Cam. They're both here.
They got their signatures. Cam got his signatures, too?
Cam is in the building, sir.
Okay. Who else? You see, first of all, back. Stop. First of all, in case y'all don't know who this is my sister, Tracy Bay. Tracy Bay is the lovely companion, soon-to-be fiance, if she even marry him, of Tyrone Muhammad. She is a businesswoman, a entrepreneur. She does a thing, but she is a candidate for 4th Ward Alderman. Tracy, tell us why you're running for Alderman of the 4th Ward.
So, first I ran in 2015, so this is not my first run. And I'm back in this race, honestly, because my community asked me to step up and run in this race because it's an open seat. I didn't see it. It wasn't on my radar to do at all, yet here I am. Because I felt like it was important that we have credible people step up and who are actually doing the work. I'm already doing it. I'm the executive director of operations at ECCSC. I do economic development across the city and in the suburbs. And so to get it from a different level, I think is very important. For me, I decided to run actually after getting robbed at gunpoint and realizing that elected officials are really not getting into what this needs to look like as far as what help looks like for people. And because that's the work that we do every single day, I realized we got to spread it out bigger, and we got to do it at the municipal level, at the state level, to be understood by others of people who are actually doing the work, actually getting results, and what that looks like.
All right, so Tracy, how many signatures you turning in a day? I know you about to slap them.
It's over 3,000.
What?
I kind of lost count after that.
What?
So I was like, I'm done counting. The team will finish counting it today on our copy package, but it's over 3,000.
Did you only need 250? What? Look at that. Look.
You only need 473.
473? You on like 6 times the amount. That's what I'm talking about. That is my girl, Tracy Bay. She is running for 4th Ward Alderman. She is live down at the Board of Elections. 3,000 signatures, putting that smack down on y'all. Hey, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I ain't going to even ask no other questions because I want to know if you got any competition. Anybody else you see down there that we like?
David Moore's right here behind me in line.
David Moore, man, don't nobody care about the Simeon machine.
Beatrice is right here. Beatrice is right in front of me.
Hey,
David
Beatrice, what's
up? A couple
up?
of people behind me.
Tell them they better call their bus in. Tell them, nope. Tell her she got to call herself. Nope, she got to call herself. Call yourself.
No, I'm on hold, Maze.
Oh.
Nate, I'm on hold.
Okay,
I'm listening. I'm on hold. Hi, everybody.
Hold on. So hang up because we was trying to get you. Get ready. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson Show. That's my girl, Tracy Bay. Any candidate that is down at the Board of Elections, give us a call. Give us a shout out. What's up, caller? You on the Maze Jackson Show. Who did?
Hi, Maze Jackson. How are you?
Hey, this sound like Vitra's voice on the live line. Vitra's voice, what you doing?
Vitra's voice. Well, I'm down at the Board of Elections. My team camped out all night. We're actually number 4 in line, right in front of Tracy Day, and in front of us is Dr. Willie Wilson. And we're filing our petition to make sure that the 24th Board has leadership that does not include nepotism and that represents the true voice of the people who want change in our community. No more of the same old, doing the same thing, expecting results. So we're here challenging the administration a third time, Maze. So as you know, this is our third time running.
So I'm going to tell y'all, sometimes they say 3 times is a charm. Now, y'all know we love us some Vitra's voice. You know that's my girl. We love Vitra's. Vitra's has been out on the front lines fighting for the 24th Ward, fighting for black folks. She's been in the reparations fight, all of that good stuff. So Vitra's, man, you got to keep us up to date. Now, I'm going to be watching that 24th Ward race real close. So I want updates regular because one of the things we're going to do is really try and keep tabs on all of the black seats and keep everybody informed. So once a week, I'm going to want to check in, all right?
Absolutely. You can depend on that. You can count on it, Dave.
All right, there it is. That's my girl, Vitra's voice, live from the polling place. Anybody else you see down there we need to be watching? Uh-oh, we must have let her go. You know, quick finger Riis. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on the line? All right, Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. What's up?
Hi, Brother Maze. Is this my turn?
Hey, it's Uncle Rosie. Man, we miss you, bro. We miss you, and we miss Miss Burma. Y'all better get it together. Y'all got to go. Go ahead.
Watch this. I'm going to put you on the... If you love me that much, then open it up so I can start this brain. This what am I call it?
Think tank?
Think tank, yes, and yes again, because what you did with that picture, well, let me tell you something. I never saw that picture before. If you tell me that was you on that picture you just showed a few months ago, I have something to tell you, because if it's not you, then I won't be saying what I would say if it was.
That was me. You talking about the ones I just showed a second ago?
Yes, and yes again.
Yep,
you see, I'm going to tell you this. Watch this now. I've been in Chicago since 73, I think it was. And I never met you, but if I had, I probably would have missed you because you don't look nothing like you look now. But anyway, but I called because it's something you did today. You see, it's the point of observation on what mountaintop do you look at truth. It really always amazed me. But you validated it. See, a picture's worth 1,000 words. I mean, I knew you were tough. I just didn't know how tough and what tough. Yeah, that's the one right there. Look here. Anyone question you, they got to look, you have been in the arena with those kind of peoples. You ain't just smacking and clacking, but you saying, hey, I have a pathway. And that's what we want to talk about. The pathway goes from where you started to where you are is a pathway. Anyway, brother, look here. Now, I'm still putting to the challenge. You got to put me a place up there so we can do this thing because you hit on it. If you stay in the box, all you can talk about is what's in the box. But if you step outside the box and look back in, you have a different point of view. And there are a world of opportunities. Now, I'm going to say one more, and then I'm going to get off. You said, how do we deal with these black politicians who have risen to their present point of view? I say, you know what? There's an answer to it. There's an answer. And until we find the answer, how are we going to expect a change? Anyway, love you. Bye-bye.
Love you back, Baba Spoons. And I said I don't do the mama and Baba. So love you back, Uncle Rosie. And let me say this. Why don't y'all set a day? Why don't y'all set the Black Think Tank? Create it. and then say, this is the day, and I'll give you a day to have your meetings, right? And y'all come up with the solutions to the problems of the world, and you invite those people. That is what Obsidian is about, right? Like, you're supposed to call me and say, Maze, I want to do a think tank. And that's why we have the facility. Now, if you're trying to have a party, that's a whole nother thing. But if you are trying to uplift the black race, that's what I'm here for. That's what Obsidian is there for. Where is it a place? We can't talk our business at the Soho House and not look that nice. Anyway, Riis, yeah, that picture, though, was me, Mayor Daley, and my guy way back in 99. Like, I sometimes it's like, that's why I be sitting up here and it's like I have to argue with people. I'm through arguing about things I know to be true. Like, I've been here. I've been through it. And there's a new political dynamic. I was thinking about looking at that picture and thinking that my path to success had to go through Mayor Daley. Now we have a different dynamic. Now, we don't got it at the city right now, but I ain't going to trip and tell you that it's not possible at the state. But we got to be in charge of that. Anybody else? Hey, if you are running for office and you are down at the Board of Elections, I think I'm going to have to check y'all out. Carrie, you're going to have to catch the plumber. I'll be there. But look, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. If you're running for office, if you heard the show, we got to figure out a way to participate in this new political world order that is being created. Caller, you're on the Maze Jackson Show.
Yo. Yo, could you hear me?
Yes. Is this Jake? Jake the Snake, calling all the way from H-Town, in the building.
Bro, not the Snake. This is Yahoo.
This
Yahoo,
Israel. Hey, disclaim. Give it to us, brother. What's going on?
Everything, man. Ain't nothing but love. I just seen Willie Wilson live, bro. Down at the at the headquarters or whatever, the resident 60,000. You dig? I think he's gonna win, bro. I really think he's gonna win because he outworking them young people. He outworking them every weekend. I get an alert. He had a different church. He gonna hit him in the gut with the churches. You know what I mean? Me and the churches got different philosophies, but he got a strategy. I don't know who put it together for him. But I think it's going to work. I think he's going to be in the top two. So, I don't know if it's going to be Chewy. I think he'll be Chewy. I think he'll be Lori also. I think he'll beat both of them, bro. I really think he can beat them. And one thing about it, he a hustler. Willie a hustler, bro. Willie, I can't believe every Sunday, man. I get a long way in Houston. I get his alerts, right? Just like I just got it. He in line right now. He talking to the cameras. He spent a lot of bread, and ain't nobody got no more bread than him during the pandemic. For the masses across the world, he that guy. I think Willie. I gave him a positive elder. I see you, and hopefully, man, he can make it across the finish line. Other than him, I don't even know, bro. Now, hopefully, when he get in there, that's the thing. We get in there. Hopefully, when he get in there, he do right. He got to do right now. He can't have him in his ear like, you know what I mean? It's for everybody. No. It's for everybody. But put your people first, the ones who put you in office, the elders and whoever else, and then push the money back. You know what I mean? Stop at the top because you got to, bro. You know that in politics. You got to deal with everybody. But at least, put your people first. Then go down the line. Hell yeah, Kyrie, they lying about on Kyrie. I ain't heard Kyrie ain't said nothing. But the play is, we gonna say that you said something. Just shut up. Don't say nothing else. And then just go play ball and get your bread. All right, man. Shalom, Mikey.
There it is. That's my man Jake Israel calling us all the way from H-Town. Hey. That's what they say. All right, that's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. I got to see what's going on. Who is filing today? Have we seen all the mayoral candidates? Is Sophia King filing today? Is J Mo, why you ain't call us, dog? You don't be mad at us. That's Tennille. I'm cool. Tennille the one acting funny. All right, Reese, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Anybody else on the live line? Call you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller, are you there?
Hello.
Caller, hello. Hey, caller, this Maze Jackson. What's up?
Hey, what's going on, Maze? It's Cornell, Chancellor.
What up, Cornell? How you feeling, dog?
Man, everything good, man. Down here putting in these petitions with all the other folk down here.
Okay, all right, Cornell, you running in 21, right?
Yeah, I'm running in 21.
Oh, that sound like
yeah,
you running with my girl.
A long time.
You sound like you running with my girl Felicia Simmons Stovall. I know she been plugging you like a mug. Now, what's it looking like down there? First of all, where you running in the 21st ward? That's an open seat, right?
Yeah, it's an open seat now. You got Carrie, she's not running. You got Brookins, he's not running. So it's an open seat. And yeah, Felicia, hey, been my girl from day one. So we just down here now. It's a little crowded. You got a few candidates down here. You know, naturally all the incumbent aldermen get the butt go in front of the line. But other than that, Jamal Green got his little bus out front with his picture on it. We saw Willie Wilson come in. We saw Cam Buckner. We got the other brother from the Teachers Union. He down here too.
Brandon Johnson?
Yeah, Brandon Johnson. He down here. And you got you know, a few of the incumbent aldermen that's down there too. So nice little crowd, but they said 9 o'clock they gonna start taking.
Wait, so they haven't let everybody just in line right now?
Yeah, everybody just standing in line and chewing the fat and waiting on 9 o'clock. They handed out some little slips, so they'll be calling us shortly, one at a time.
All right, now how many signatures you turning in today?
Man, I got over. They say you get 3 times. I got more than that. So I'm well over. Yeah.
All right, hey, man. Well, Cornell, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for all the candidates. Now, look, the 21st Ward is another race. I'm going to be watching real close. I know a lot of people running in that race. So what I want to do is keep the people informed. So anytime you got something going, you better let me know if you go into a community event. Because what I plan to do is create a tracker of all the black aldermanic races, and I want to be able to get whatever is going on with the candidates. So if you got a statement, if you got something you're doing, please call us. Let us know what's going on.
Okay, I'll do that. And I appreciate all you do, man, putting that information out on a daily basis. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Is that it, Reese? We got anybody else? Now, look, if you down at the Board of Elections, let me know. I'm coming down in a minute. Hey, but if I come down to the Board of Elections, am I safe? Or they going to be hating on me? You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering if I'll be safe. You think I'll be safe to go to the Board of Elections, Reese? Because there be people be trying to hate on me.
Yeah, but you know what? Just as how it's some haters, you know, you got a lot of supporters. So
you think
it'd be like the beginning of Warriors. You just be people just gathering out, just getting ready. Like, hey, you got your people, I got mine. So I think you're good up there. I think you're good.
All right, so look, y'all, I want to take a picture with all the candidates when I get down there. So if y'all foul, hold up while I get there, because I'm coming. Carrie gonna be mad, but I'm coming anyway. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What's up, caller?
Hello.
Hello, who there?
Hello.
Hello.
This is Katie. How are you?
Hey,
this
Katie.
Is Katie.
What up, Katie? President of the Phone Club. Where you at?
Yes, president of the Phone Club. Don't forget it. But anyway, I just one of things that was on my mind. When the teachers union, they put up this guy, Brandon, and I like him. But I think we need to think about, is this what we want? Do the teachers union need to focus on what's going on in the teachers? Are they focusing on this political stuff? So, putting up this person to run and stuff. I don't know. I think we need to think about it. And then also, I haven't been on too long this morning. Did we talk about Chris Brown and what happened with him? And they pulled the rug from under his foot from doing the Michael Jackson tribute.
We did not, and I was thinking about doing that, but I got caught up. We'll do that one tomorrow. We'll do Chris Brown tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So anyway,
I mean, those are a couple of things that's on my mind as far as the teachers, with the teachers union stuff. And, but I do know that with Willie Wilson, he is one of the only candidates that is, he put his money out there and supported reparations.
There it is.
I am for reparations, and nobody else has done that. So any candidate that I'm going to vote for, what are you going to do for reparations? Lightfoot did not do anything for reparations. So what are you going to do? And Willie Wilson did put everything on the table. He supported the reparations movement in Chicago.
Okay,
so,
that's my girl, Katie. Live. Katie, we appreciate you, president of the phone club. Anybody else? All right, y'all, this is the Mays Jackson Show. I think I'm going to head down to the Board of Elections because I want to see what the filing look like, who's there, who's got what going. So, look, for Mays, Riis, and Ruthie, I am the host of the Mays Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them. We ain't been off on time like this in about a year. Mays said, we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the fact, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd kid